Y'all, now I'm worried about the real reason the neighbors knew this man's name, because I do not think it was for what he was saying. And why isn't this man in jail or under it? Before we even get into the mess that is Trey Songs, I need to do one thing. Hey friend, how you doing? I know it's been a long time, but shit, I'ma just be for real. Life, depression, anxiety, and my dumbass is going back to school for a cybersecurity certification, even though I'm not even sure that I even want to do my degree. But I can't help feeling like I'm not moving forward. So I gotta do something. So that's what I'm doing. And my job is paying for it. So that's great. I don't gotta pay shit out. Because these little student loan bills, they're killing me. It's been so hard, girl, that I haven't even been posting on my TikTok, my Twitter, or my Instagram. But you should still follow me there, because depression is taking a back seat. It's not gone, but it's taking a back seat. And I've been posting again. And it's daily content. So if you want that from me, definitely follow me there. Also, if you want to be a part of the creative process, you want to vote on what video I post next, what I do next, definitely follow me there, especially Instagram, because I do a lot of polls there. Please do not forget to like the video, okay? And also, I'm not accepting any of your resentment because I talk too much. If you want to get a word in, I suggest you comment below, because a closed mouth doesn't get what? Fed. That's right, bestie. Please do not forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications, because we all know what type of girly I am, sporadic as heck. And now that we got that out of the way, let's fucking talk about this mess. He's a train wreck. The man should be in a train wreck, okay? I'm just gonna be for real, because literally I think Trey Songs, he might have been an episode on Special Victims Unit. I know they be talking about they're not real, but this is giving deja vu. It's giving deja vu. I know you're wondering, Kaida, how did you even start hyperfixating on somebody as irrelevant as Trey Songs? And yes, I'm calling him irrelevant, even though I'm making a video about him, because it's not about his music and the things that he wants. No, it's about his damn character. He has none. But besides the point, this tweet right here from Dylan Gonzalez, who is a WNBA star. And you can go ahead and read this tweet yourself, because I don't want YouTube to block this video. I'm gonna give y'all a trigger warning right now. I'm giving every detail that I can without YouTube blocking this video. I feel like I can give a lot. It's going to be triggering for some people. I feel like in order for you to understand the seriousness of the things that he has done, you need to hear every damn detail, because we're not making excuses for man. It's 2023. Normal fucking excuses. They literally get the world. They literally get the world. Like, we're not giving them no more excuses. Before we get into the nit and the grit, I think we need to start with his violent history. We can go, I just want to go over it very fastly. I want to start in 2016, where he was performing at a festival and he went over his time. And instead of getting off stage like any self-respecting artist would do and have the courtesy for the other people who are performing after you, he fought police officers and security, and he punched a police officer, a Detroit police officer, in the face. Not even long after that, in 2020, during the heights of the Panini, he's at a damn, I think it was like a baseball game, and he's refusing to wear a mask, even though it's mandatory at that time. And this old, crinkly, dusty, musty, barely holding on to life, knocking on death's doorstep cop comes to tell him to put a mask on, and Trey Songs chokes this man out. Look. Y'all seen that too, right? The people are advocating for the police in the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. There's something wrong with you. You are the problem, sir. And then finally, him punching a bartender at a Cardi B concert because they refused to serve him any more alcohol. You're cut off. You're drunk. Stop throwing a fit. Are we 5? Like, and I know what you're going to say. Kinda. Violence doesn't lead to the type of things, or doesn't always lead to the type of things that you're talking about. And you're absolutely correct. But are we not going to say that it doesn't show a complete disregard for people and rules? Does it not show that we do things that we want when we want because we want to? We disregard everything except for our wants? Yes, we are going to say that. Now, we're getting into the nit and the grit. And we're going to start with this lady right here. Her name is Donna McToshin Ino. And in 2012, her and her husband paid $700 for her to get into Club Perfection in Woodhaven. She wanted to see Trey Songs. He was doing a promotion there. I don't know whether it was for his album at the time or just he was getting paid to be like, you know, like sometimes artists get paid to go to clubs and to gang up, to get more like customers for the club. The club pays them, right? I don't know which one it is. I do have this little flyer, but it doesn't really explain it that much. Anyways, she is a fan of Trey Songs, and she paid $700 so that she could be in the VIP section with this man. Now, he's there doing promoting, right? He's having his pictures being taken professionally and non-professionally by the girls in the clubs, by the people in the club. But why is it that this girl who's in the VIP section, after watching everybody take a picture of him, she snaps a picture on her Android phone after paying $700 to be in the VIP section, which I'm assuming is part of one of the things that that is agreed to. You can get a picture with the person that you paid to be in the VIP section with, right? This man slaps this woman so freaking hard with a wad of cash that it gives her a black eye. Then he has the audacity to snatch her phone from her hand, try to delete the picture, and when he can't figure out how to work her phone, he calls her a broke bitch. Well, I don't know if he called her a broke bitch, but he did say broke something. That's what some of these articles are reporting. But I know for sure he tossed her phone and he broke it. He like smashed it to the ground. Could you imagine being a fan of somebody and them hitting you with dirty, sweaty ass stripper money? Security wouldn't have been enough. I would have been in jail because the way that man would be dead, the way he would be dead. And he was going to get charged for this, right? But then she ended up taking him to civil court instead, and he paid her and she signed an NDA. We don't know how much she got paid. We don't know what he agreed to confess to. We don't know nothing. There's an NDA in place, right? Then in 2016, our beautiful, beautiful cousin, sister, older sister, little sister, depending on when you was born, our make-believe funny auntie, whoever you look at her as, Miss Keke Palmer, went on Twitter and accused Trey Songs of sexually intimidating her at a house party in Miami. Now, Trey Songs was doing a music video for Pick Up the Phone. He invited a whole bunch of people there. He was filming for it, right? He never asked any of these people to be in the video, really. He was asking people to be in the video as they were at the party. It wasn't like this was a set and he was paying people to be there, to be at this party and get paid to be a part of this music video. No, he was trying to get raw footage. And he got his manager, he got some other lady, he got his assistant, he got all of these people to come up to Keke Palmer while she's at this house party to ask her if she wants to be a part of this music video. And she keeps rejecting him because it was unprofessional to ask her while she's getting fucked up with her friends. Let's just be real. And you thought you could get her to be in your music video for free because y'all had worked together on previous projects, but you weren't close like that. So then this man comes up to Keke Palmer by himself and starts talking about all the things that he could do to her, basically slutting himself out, hoeing himself out, in an attempt to get her to be a part of his Pick Up the Phone music video. And he's coming on so strong and getting so much into her personal space, it is scaring her. She literally had to run away and hide in a closet before she could call her car to come get her, and then she fucking left. That's how badly this man scared her. Okay, and then Keke Palmer went on Twitter and had people making fun of her because she didn't want to F down Trey Songs, who is significantly older than her at this point. Significantly, because when they worked together, she was a child and he was like he was like in his 20s. So there's like a 5-6 year age gap here. And I think the most messed up part is that Keke Palmer went on Wendy Williams, where I don't know why y'all continue to go to Wendy Williams to talk about your problems. Wendy Williams is the fucking definition of a pick-me girl.
But I will say, Wendy, I would have loved to turn on your show and saw you be a little bit more compassionate and less accusatory and ridiculous.
I couldn't.
Why, girl? Because the gag is you wasn't there.
Well, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. We all know these days that singers, you know, and to save money, all you do is throw a house party.
That's true.
And roll the camera.
But is it right?
It's not.
It's normalized, and that's my problem. Forget about what you're saying to me. The thing is we're then telling girls that it's okay for them to be in weird and awkward and, you know, potentially sexually harassing environments.
Right.
And they should endure it and not say nothing about it. That's why I said something about it, because it's like, look, it happens to me too.
Okay, so
it happens to all of us. Just because I'm in Hollywood doesn't mean we all as women endure that.
But at least you, unlike, you know, random girls at the party, at least they came to you and they said, Keke, we're about to film this video.
At least.
He mentioned
I'm at the party, we're having a good time, and that's my whole thing, is that we have to start saying no when things don't feel right.
But
now,
why did you just leave?
Because I was nervous, honestly, you guys. Think about your first time that you were in a situation where someone challenged you sexually. That is not, you don't know how to act. And it was very nerve-wracking. I mean, you know how it is. You know, you're a woman of power. How many times have you been tested in situations of how you can stand on your own and not fall at the hands of someone else?
But I was the girl who would always leave, though.
And I did leave. But I mean, if I hid in the closet for a couple seconds, what the hell?
She hid in the closet? Okay.
Like, that's another story for another day. But please stop going to this lady and expecting any sympathy from her, because she's the ultimate pick-me. I literally hate Wendy Williams. She literally talks down upon women any chance that she can fucking get all the time. And Wendy Williams is making fun of Keke Palmer because she's saying, I've never felt intimidated. Why did you hide in a closet though? Don't you feel like you were doing too much? You were being dramatic. Bitch, if I'm afraid, I'm afraid. What is that? What do you mean? This man probably has 100 to 200 pounds on Keke Palmer. He's taller than her, and this is a grown man. What do you mean? We're not gonna say that just because there's people around. How many times do something happen to girls when they're at parties and nobody does anything? Nobody notices, or they think it's consensual. But people were literally tearing her down and making fun of her on Twitter, and nobody cared, and everybody thought it was funny. And I just don't understand. Like, especially for the fact that people don't think about the fact of the age difference. And knowing that Keke Palmer at this time when this happened, she was maybe like 19 or 20. And she's known this man since she was 12 years old. So not only is it scary, but it's also shocking and jarring, because she worked with this man when she was literally a preteen. This is supposed to be somebody that she could trust. And y'all was fucking making fun of Keke Palmer on the internet. On Beyonce's internet at that. So now it's 2018, and this lady named Andrea Bruera accused this Songs of hitting her at a party in Los Angeles, right? A statement from Bruera's lawyer reads, and I'm going to read it from here. He called her names, choked her, and repeatedly punched her in the face. Several people were present and nobody helped her. What did we just say about people at parties? You can't fucking trust nobody to come to your rescue. You cannot trust nobody to come to your rescue. Her lawyer also went on to state that when she took out her phone to call an Uber, he threw her phone, breaking it. And when she took out a second phone to call her Uber again to get the fuck away from this man, he threw it off a cliff, breaking it. He was arrested in his LA home for felony DV. And Miss Bruera, she alleged that the incident happened on February 17, 2018. And these are some of the injuries that she documented during that time. But because the injuries weren't significant enough, they didn't warrant a felony filing. And so they dropped all the charges. It wasn't that this lady was lying, right? Because he did try to come out and say this lady was lying by providing proof, but the proof wasn't enough. It didn't prove that he wasn't at that party at the same time that she's alleging that the incident happened. And I feel like the part that irritates me the most about this case, and when people defend Trey Songz, is they use this case as a way to say that women are always lying on him. But this girl was never a liar. She was never proved a liar. Her injuries, it's just because he didn't try to kill her. If he would have tried to kill her and bashed her head in it, then they would have went along with them charges. And let's just be real. Lawyers don't go for cases that they know that they're not going to win, because it fucks up their percentage. And the more that it messes up their percentage, the less money that they can charge. Even prosecutors. If prosecutors lose too many cases, first of all, it affects them. It can affect their job and their job security. They can lose their job. And then on top of that, they won't be able to apply for raises and keep moving up if they lose cases. So prosecutors are not going to prosecute crimes that they know they can't win. So finally, in that same year, y'all, that same year, Hawara Jeffries, right? This lady right here, she accuses Songs of trying to, allegedly, trying to put his fingers inside at a Miami nightclub, if you catch my drift. She was so afraid of this man and the backlash that she was going to receive from the public that she originally filed as a Jane Doe. But then when another girl came forward and basically told her that he had stuck his hand down her pants and grabbed her butt, that's when she came forward as herself, right? And this case was going on for a while, right? Because she's filed a civil lawsuit. Because she was like, I'm going to hit you where it hurts, your fucking wallet. And Songs originally was going to pay her out $10 million. But then for some reason, the judge just randomly drops the case. Not because there wasn't evidence, not because there wasn't witnesses, not because something happens. He just drops the case. He said it's been going on too long. That's what I figured out. That's what happened in my research when I was looking it up. And Jeffrey, she refiles, but now she's seeking $20 million because she's like, you want to play hardball, I'm going to play hardball. You got the wrong woman. And again, my irritation rises with this man because he uses the same statement. He tries to say that this woman is only coming after him for fame and wealth. She's making all of this up. Everybody is making it all up. But it's sounding like a pattern. It's sounding like something that you do very often. Also, I just want to add this in here because I forgot it in the beginning. That video that you saw of BB Rex, that's a real interview. You could go look up that interview.
The door and pushes me against the wall and puts his lips on my lips and is like, let's do this. I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I'm supposed to do this.
That's awesome. This story is great.
Yeah, the same thing has happened to me with Trey Songs. Oh, totally, yes.
Honestly, I'm probably going to get killed for this. I probably am.
No.
And then he held you down, right?
He's like, no!
This is getting bad. This is getting bad.
No, it was cool. And I said, no, I can't, I'm not doing this right now.
Your lawyer dropped the charges though, right?
Stop! No, but I said, no, I'm not trying to do this right now. He was, I was playing anyway. I don't want that anyway. And he walked out. That's something else happened, but I'm not going to say that,
But if BB Rex wasn't into Trey Songs, if that was a different lady that didn't like Trey Songs, didn't find him attractive, that would be assault. I still think of it as assault, even though she's like, oh my God, Trey Songz is so fine. But like, it's assault. That's assault. That man kissed you without your permission, pushed you against a wall. First of all, he followed you to an area, a private area. That's already scary enough. Like, it's not making sense. I want to state that every one of these women that came forward against Trey Songz, are black women. And nobody gave a flying F because they were black women. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. I mean, Keke Palmer even went on the Breakfast Club and claimed the same thing, because it was not long after her that these two women in the same year came out and accused this man of assaulting them. And no one cared. And no one cared until Selena Powell and her friend Aliza, I think that's how you say Aliza. I don't know how to say this woman's name, but on a 2020 podcast, right? She's being asked, like, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened with you and a celebrity, right? And she accused the Songs of taking away her and her friend's phone and refusing to let them leave the house. She stated that, well, she alleged that Songs coerced her to do things that she didn't want to do, and that he threw her phone off of the balcony when she refused to do another thing and she said she wanted to go home. And then her friend Eliza, I think it's Eliza stated that Songs peed on her without her consent. And Powell and Eliza didn't specify when or where these incidences took place, just that they took place in a hotel, and it wasn't recent, but it wasn't that far ago, if you catch my drift. And Songs, he denies both of these women's account, as you can see from the tweet right here. He went on to state again on Twitter, and I'm going to read it for you, but I'm also going to post it. I never speak on these things, but I usually stay quiet on this. But I feel that in many ways, the movement to fight for women who actually have suffered harassment and abuse on various levels has been hijacked by those who find it convenient for themselves to come up as they seek to destroy someone's life, he said. My guy, I want you to think about who Selena Powell was at that time. She was an Instagram model, right? And she was doing very well. She was very popular. She was actually doing real modeling, right? She's making bank. She don't need to talk about you. So then he also provides these screenshots, right, from another girl, because there was multiple girls at this house, at this hotel, I guess, apparently, of when this happened, of this girl basically saying, like, I didn't see you alone with Selena. I don't know what she's talking about. But this girl is not friends with Selena Powell. She doesn't know Selena Powell. She only knew her, or I guess was acquainted with her, when they both got invited to Trey Songz' hotel or house, whatever. And Selena went on to respond, I refuse to look like a liar in this situation. Y'all can say I'm lying about anything else, but this, sorry. What happens to me is 100% true. Trey Songz has been paying bees off for doing them foul as F. Continue with your godly adventures, though. At Trey Songz, hopefully you gave this girl her check. And I think it's wild that he posted screenshots of this girl DMing him about a girl that is not even her friend. She's not paying attention for this hoe. She's not paying attention to this girl. She's not checking for her. She don't know her. She's only checking for him because she has a crush on him, because he's a celebrity. It was just so weird. So then we're moving on, 2021. You see, we're getting closer to present time, and it's still going. It still hasn't stopped. Oh, Lord. So now 2021 Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, they launched an investigation into Songs for an alleged incident that happened at the Cosmopolitan Hotel. Y'all don't know how many times I just had to say that damn word. They dropped the investigation in April of 2022, so very recently, just a year ago, without pursuing any charges, because they stated there just wasn't enough evidence. But if evidence were to come to light, they were going to be pursuing them charges, and they were going to be pursuing the investigation again and charging that man. That's exactly what the police chief said. And you remember Donna McTosh and I know, our victim, our very first victim that we talked about, or alleged victim, I guess we can say, commented on it saying that it's the same old story time and time after again. And she wishes that she hadn't signed an NDA because she would love to talk about in detail what happened to her. But she did sign an NDA, so she can only talk about the things that this man continues to do even after 2016. And, you know, she went on to say that he's not being held accountable, that he gets to knock all these women down and nobody does anything about it. And she is absolutely 100% correct. So now we're in 2022. This is last year, y'all. And Dylan Gonzalez tweets that tweet confirming that she is the woman from the investigation in Las Vegas and that he R-worded her in that hotel. So now that brings us to April 2022 with this woman right here, Megan Johnson. Megan Johnson alleges, and I don't know if we can really say allege because there's video evidence of this man pulling down her bikini top in front of everybody at a beach party and he yells titties out in the open. She states that this caused her severe trauma, PTSD. And like I said, there is a video on TMZ that if you would like to, you can go watch. That's one thing I will not be posting here. I will not be posting that video. I will not be adding to that woman's trauma whatsoever. Now, Megan's suit actually includes 4 other women who were assaulted by Trey Songs, one of them being identified as Miss Hawara Jeffries. So they're really coming for his ass. And this suit, up till today, still has not been settled. And the lawyer states that Trey Songz has faced accusations similar, if not similar to the ones that he's facing right now, from 12 plus women. Plus, not 12, 12 plus women. If I'm counting, I think there's almost 20. From the span of what? 2016, 2013 BB Rex all the way until 2023. And finally, we come to recent day where Trey Songs has garnered even more attention because in December of 2022, he decided, and we don't know why he decided to do this, but he decided that he was going to punch a woman at a New York City bowling alley. She worked there, in her face repeatedly, and then drag her across the bowling alley by her hair. And apparently there was another victim that they just found out about, a man that tried to stop it, and he punched him in his face twice, and he actually has a puffy eye and a bruise to support his claims. And Trey Songz, of course, has denied it and said these people just want fame and attention. That's why they're accusing me. I'm an easy target. I'm the victim. When really this nigga has been the villain, shall always be the villain, and forevermore. He needs to be the villain in jail. He needs to be the villain locked up. Society needs to do, the justice system needs to do its job and put this man away. Away. They need to put him away. And I would just like to say that even though the police say that this investigation is still open, they have not named even a freaking motive for why he's done this. They have no new evidence. They haven't said really anything since like January 1st, 2023. And this man is still touring, still selling out shows, and just living his life while he's been accused by 12 plus women of assault of all types and kind, sexual and non-sexual. Editing cut here. This man has a lot of victims that I have not mentioned simply because they do not have names or faces. They just refuse to be public because they do not want public scrutiny, because accusing a rapper or a singer or somebody who has thousands upon thousands of people that follow and love them of something bad doesn't get you fame and money. It gets you harassment and death threats. And there was one case that I really wanted to mention about a woman who accused him of R-wording her. And she actually went to the hospital, had the proof to back it up, and just was unable to get him arrested, even though they had the evidence, because the statute of limitations had run out. So even though everything is alleged here, just know he would have been on book had she came forward earlier. But unfortunately, with these type of cases and the type of trauma that's attached to this, it's hard. And the fact is that women are still not believed when they come out and they speak about the trauma that they go through at the hands of men and women. This is why I made this video. because I feel like people are not aware. They hear one thing from these artists, one thing about someone who's famous, and maybe charges are dropped because they just don't have enough evidence, and prosecutors don't prosecute unless they know they're gonna win. And then people are like, oh, it wasn't true. It was only that one time. It's just like, it's literally the Chris Brown, the freaking Machine Gun Kelly of it all. They do one thing and people just forget. People don't keep up with all of these things because people act like this. If you have no consequences to your actions, what's going to make you stop doing it for the second time or the third time or the fourth time or the fifth time? Absolutely nothing, because there's no consequences. Popping in one more time to give you guys a little bit of an update. So the very last case that we talk about, the bowling alley lady, yeah, he was found guilty on those charges. It's not alleged. That man punched that woman and that other man because he was mad about being denied a drink or the attitude. It's really unclear on what his motives were. All we know is that he only got charged with disorderly conduct. He didn't even get charged with assault. And then they just ordered him to take anger management class. So again, this man getting let off and not having any true consequences to his actions. And that case that I mentioned before when I popped in about that woman who had proof that he had actually assaulted her, yes, she's suing him again for $25 million. The first time it was thrown out because of a limit, but now she's taking it through civil court through a different means. So I hope she gets every single dollar from him. She's suing his label company and she's suing his management because his management knows what this man is doing. They know what he's doing. But I just want to cut myself off here because if you let me talk about this, just like in this video, I will continue to talk, girl. But I will see you later, friend. Stay tuned for my next video. Also, if you want me to do a Chris Brown deep dive, let me know and I will. Anyways, I'll see you later. Bye.